Hello and welcome to class 10th subject English book First Flight poem 4th How to Tell Wild Animals by Caroline Wells. This is a very humorous poem. Poet tells in this poem that how you can identify the different wild animals and she has taken seven different wild animals as an example like tiger, lion, bear, chameleon, crocodile, hyena and panther. Then she also tells us about the distinctive and unique qualities of these wild animals on which basis you can identify them. So if you can go to any jungle and identify it. Now let's know about our poet Caroline Wells. Caroline Wells, born on 18 June 1862 at Rahway in New Jersey in US. She died on 26 March 1942 at New York City in New York. She is an American writer remembered largely for her popular mysteries, children's books, and humorous verse. After finishing school, she worked as a librarian for the Rahway Library Association. Her love of puzzle led to her first book, At the Sign of the Sphinx, in 1896, the collection of Crads. Caroline Wells wrote total 170 books. One of her autobiography is The Rest of My Life, appeared in 1935. Now students, I am going to explain the poem line by line or stanza by stanza. At the end, after explaining the poem, I will also tell you the poetic devices, the figure of speeches which is used in this poem. So listen carefully, take your pencil and a rough copy in your hand and sit for understanding the poetic devices and the poem. Now let's start. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. In this stanza, students, if you should go by chance, so here this poem is in very simple language, okay. So the poet is saying that if you by chance if you go to jungle for roaming, okay, for visiting, for seeing jungle, okay. So if you visit to jungle for any reason, then by chance you reach to the jungle, and then in jungle at the east side, jungles in the east which is there in east side, okay, and if there should to you advance, if there should to you advance means that advance means here come, means if there will be an open invitation to you all to come to the jungle, means there will be a total silence in the jungle, you will feel good. So it will be like as if jungle is giving you an open invitation to come, okay. So a large and tawny beast, here he is explaining that beast is the animal which is very large and tawny. Tawny here means what? Brownish yellow color. Okay, so that beast will be in brownish yellow color. Beast is here the poet is saying beast to that animal. Okay, so that large brownish yellow color beast will appear if he roars at you as you are dying. Means that beast will shout on you. Here it is a figure of speech. Roars is the sound of a lion. Okay, so if he roars at you as if he is going to kill you. Okay, so such type of roaring sound, dying roaring sound, means after listening that sound you feel like you have been killed. Okay, so such type of feeling if you got inside you after listening that sound, then just you think that that animal is what? That animal is then is an ancient lion. Okay, so you will know that it is the ancient lion. So here in this stanza, students, you must have got to know that if you visit to the jungle by chance, and then there will be the silence all over, and you will hear the sound of roaring, which is very much louder, as if you are, after hearing, you will feel like you are going to die. Okay, so such type of roaring sound is just think about of Asian lion. Okay, now come to the next para. Or if sometime when roaming around a noble wild beast greets you with black strips on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Here in this stanza, poet is talking about the Bengal tiger. Poet is saying that if in roaming here and there around in the jungle, when you will see a noble here means, students, royal. Okay, so if you see the royal beast greets you, royal beast, a big, and he's very bulky types of. So a royal beast, poet is saying royal to this tiger, because as you all know, tiger is our national animal. That is why also maybe poet is saying royal to the to tiger. So he is a royal wild beast who greets you, means who meet you. Okay, so when that tiger meet you, or when you see that tiger with black strip, which the tiger is having black strips or black lining on him. Okay, with a black lining on the yellow ground, means the background of the skin of or you can skin, you can say muscle skin. Okay, so that is of yellow color, and on the muscle only it is there is black strips on that yellow background of the skin. Okay, so that tiger is having black strips on his back. Just notice if he eats you, means the tiger will not give you a second of time to think about anything. He will just after seeing you, he will eat you. So at that time you will notice that it is a, this simple rule may help you to learn to know that that is a Bengal tiger to discern. Discern here means to make out, to think about that what type of animal he is. So when he will eat you, then at the time you will think that this is a Bengal tiger. So discern here means make out or to identify, to distinguish. Now in the next paragraph, if strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is a leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with pain. He will only leap and leap again. So here trolling forth means walking casually. So this beast, this animal of the jungle is is having a habit to walk casually here and there in a jungle, and when you will see him in a jungle, he will be appeared in front of you. Hide means whose hide here means animal skin. Okay, so hide is the skin of the animal whose hide with spots is peppered here means covered with spots. Okay, so first word meaning of this para, strolling forth means walking casually forward. Okay, so that beast which you see in the jungle, he will be moving forward very casually, and whose hide means whose skin is having spots of covered with spots on it. As soon as he has leapt on you, leapt here means taken a jump towards someone. Okay, so when that animal will take jump on you, you will know it is the leopard. Means leopard usually hunt their prey by jumping on them. Okay, so this leopard will jump on you, you will know it is a leopard. At that moment you will get to know that this animal is leopard. 12 to know good to roar with pain. So here uh, poet is saying that at that time you will have no time to roar with pain. He will just leap and leap on you. You will not be able to make any sound. So better way to save yourself is to not to make any noise and uh, just keep quiet for a second so that he will leave you. In the next paragraph, if in the next stanza, if when you are walking around your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubt, I guess you will give you just one more caress. So here walk when a poet is saying that when you will be walking in your yard, means in your garden or the place in front of your house, when you will be walking over there in any yard, then you will meet a creature. I mean, at that time you will meet a creature, you can see in the picture also, students. Okay, then at the time you will meet a creature who will hug you from your back. Okay, who will hug you from your back very tightly. So at that movement you just guess that this is the animal who is bear. Okay, bears used to hug anyone and just wrap in their arms. So no doubtedly you can say that this is a bear, and if you will uh, be hugged by that animal, he will just move his hands on you for showing love. Now in the next stanza, though to distinguish beast of prey, a novice might non-plus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena. Thus, hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. So here, poet is saying that Though to distinguish beast of prey means any animal, beast of prey means any animal that hunts another animal for food. So for hunting anyone for their food, no voice might nonplus. Nonplus here means confused. No voice here means someone new to a job. Okay. So poet wants to explain that if any uh, if you want to distinguish the beast of prey means any animal that hunts the another animal for having food, then at that movement someone with a new job means hunter, you can say. The poet is just telling that if any hunter comes to the jungle and he wants to hunt, and at that moment if he also get confused, means hunters are very known to every animal that how they should hunt to any animal. Okay, or they are able to categorize or distinguish the animals. But if he also get confused, non plus means if confused, if he also get confused in distinguishing which is crocodile and which is hyena, then at that movement you can tell students that according to the poet, here it is according to the poet is distinguished hyena and crocodile by saying that hyenas come with merry smiles. Means whenever you will see the hyena will come with a merry smile, and but the crocodiles used to come with the cries in their eyes. Okay, they are having tears in their eyes. You must have listened any uh, uh, this proverb in Hindi also, magarmach ke aansu. Okay, so these crocodiles are famous for their tears which comes without any reason. So in the next stanza, the true chameleon is small, the lizard short of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, this the chameleon you see. So here poet is saying that the chameleon, in Hindi you say girgit to this lizard, girgit to this reptile. Okay, so this reptile is chameleon. You can see in the picture also, students. This is a small in size as compared to the lizards. Okay, short of things, and they mostly looks like lizard, but they are small than the lizard. They are having no ears, and they are also not having any single wing, single fur on their body. And this is the feature of the chameleon. And in the next line, poet is explaining that if nothing is there on the tree, means another creature is not available on the tree, then you can think that there must be chameleon on that branch or on that tree. So this is the way you can judge whether there is chameleon, whether there is lizard. Okay, so all the things what in this poem tell by the poet Caroline Wells is according to her only. I can't say, students, that all the things what she has tell are correct, but you can't judge, or you can't test that while going in front of the tiger or while going in front of the lion, he will eat you and you will wait for that he'll come and eat you. So it will not be like that, because it is dangerous and life is more precious. So it is just according to the poet. She is telling that how to identify the animals. I hope you must have understood the poem. Now let's talk about the figure of speeches which is used in this poem. First of all, let's come to the first stanza of the poem. Here you can see, students, in the first stanza, first line, last word, chance, east, Advance means chance is rhyming with advance. East is rhyming with beast. Dine is rhyming with lion. So A B C C. This is the rhyming scheme of this poem. In the second para also you can see round ground is rhyming with ground. Third line. Second line, you is rhyming with. Fourth line, you. Learn is rhyming with discern. So round, ground, you, learn, discern. So again in this stanza also same figure rhyming scheme is used. A B C C. In another paragraphs also students you can see that view, you, peppered, leopard, pain, again, yard, hard, there, bear, guess, cares, pray, non-plus, pray, may, plus, thus, smileys, smiles, crocodiles. Okay, so this is the rhyme scheme. A B and C. Small, all, thing, wing, tree, C. You must have note in your copies or in a books also you can mark. Okay. Now the other figure of speech. First of all, students, let me tell you what is rhyme scheme. All the last words of the poem means of the sentences last word of the poem create a musical similarity or pattern. What I have told you, when they are rhyming with each other, that is the rhyme scheme and how you should check or judge. Next rhyme scheme, next figure of speech which is used, that is enjambment. Enjambment, students, if one sentence is continuing in the next line without any punctuation mark in the end of the previous line. Okay, means in two lines here also you can see in every stanza, students, that first line is ending in the second line, or any punctuation mark is there in the second line. So this is enjambment. Means in poems when in the same line there is no punctuation marks and in the second line it is given, then it is enjambment. So in the first stanza also you can see there are various. In the second line there is a punctuation mark, in the fourth line there is a punctuation mark, and it ends. Same with the other paragraphs also you can see enjambment is used. Now assonance. Assonance is a prominence of a vowel sound. Prominence of vowel sound in a line. So students, when a word, a letter which is used many times for creating rhyme in the poem, that is vowel, it is what? It is assonance. So in the first line, first line also you can see here in the first line, third word, you, o is there in between, should is carrying o, go is carrying o. So o sound which is vowel, it is what? It is assonance. Here again you can see in the fourth line, first word a, large is carrying a, third word is also carrying a, fourth word is also carrying a, and the fifth word is also carrying a. So like this is what? A large and tawny beast roars at you as you dine. So roars, o is there, you, o is there, and yours, o is there. Okay, so this is what? This is also a Assonance. In each line you can match like this all only, students. Assonance is there in each lines. Now you come to alliteration. Alliteration is the sound or the words or the letters of consonants which is used with you can say repetition of consonant sound at the start of two or more words. Okay, so consonants you can see in the starting of the words. Here in the next stanza, or roaming round. So roar sound is there. Then you can come in the third line, on yellow ground. O sound is, this is assonance. Okay, so like this only you can see the first word. Here you can come, you can see in the third paragraph, third line, soon as has. So sound is there, that is consonants which is repeated. I hope you have understood. Now inversion, another figure of speech is inversion. Inversion, when order of the sentence is like first change to create sub then objects rhyme. Okay, so means when order of the sentence is like first change to create the subject then object, means first subject comes and then the object comes. The rule is what, that a subject comes first and the object comes afterwards, but here in the poem the poet has having the permission to use like this, that he has changed the order of the sentence. You can see in the third line of the stanza, to you advance. Okay, so you advance, you here is the subject, advance is the object. This is what inversion. Again you can come in the second para only, you can see third line, last line, the Bengal tiger to discern. So this is what, this is inversion. Okay, Bengal then tiger, object comes first and then the subject. Here also one more figure of speech you can see in this poem, that is allusion. Allusion is what, when a poet refers to the famous personality like lion. So in each stanza, students, you can see that poet has just pointed out in the first para only, you can see Asian lion. Okay, and then in the second stanza you can see the Royal Bengal tigers. So this is what, this is allusion which is used by the poet. Now I think so you must have known about the figure of speeches. So here you can see, if strolling forth a beast, here in the next para, here you can see, students, that if when you walking around your yard, means when and walking, ww, it is what, it is alliteration. In the third line, who hugs, her sound is there, that is alliteration. Okay. Now I hope you must have understood the poem with the figure of speeches. If any doubt is there, you can come to the comment box and write your doubts and get it cleared. Here are some questions I have given to you all. Go to it, write in your fair copies with the answers and complete your work. Thank you and have a nice day.